Today we're reading Your Infinite Power to be Rich by Joseph Murphy. Your wealth is greatly determined by how much you engage the infinite intelligence that resides in you. God is the creator and custodian of all gifts, spiritual, mental, or material. Every God-given gift is good in itself and capable of being put to good use. God is both a giver and the gift, while man is the receiver. Since the giver of gifts and the gift resides in man, each individual is a treasure house of infinite riches. By understanding the laws of the mind, you can activate the potential of the endless storehouse within yourself to harness everything you need to live an abundant, joyous, and glorious life. The name of the infinite mind and intelligence residing in you is God. All humans use this power consciously or unconsciously. This summary is for those whose pressing need is riches and who are seeking to claim the wealth life has in store for them. As outlined in this summary, it is for individuals who want immediate results and are willing to put them into practice. This bite-sized read will show you how to harness the abilities in your subconscious mind to create wealth. You can't lead a successful life unless you can satisfy your needs. There is a logical approach to becoming rich, and if you wish to reap the fruits of a rich life, you should go through this summary repeatedly. Obey its instructions, and you will open the way for yourself to a prosperous living. Riches come from being on the same side as the source of wealth. Everyone was born to be rich. The feeling of oneness with God in our hearts is what makes us wealthy, and this is based on our mental attitudes and faith in all good things. The science of getting rich is contingent on the law of belief. To believe is to accept something is true. There are 3 steps to getting lasting riches. Avoid making negative statements about finances. Make it a daily habit to make positive statements about your finances and acknowledge the role of the infinite in it making you rich. Soothe yourself to sleep every night by saying, "I am ever grateful for God's riches that are ever active, present, unchanging, and eternal." Regardless of how dire your situation is, if you make thinking of riches and progress a deliberate pursuit, you will instantly receive a healing response from your subconscious mind, and your affluence will be multiplied in countless ways. Your thoughts tend to manifest in your life unless you neutralize them with a contrary thought. They definitely and positively can produce tangible capital for you through your subconscious mind. Our most significant problem is our ability to focus on external possessions as the real symbol of wealth rather than the creative power of the mind. We reside in a world ruled by ideas, hence, to become rich, you must constantly meditate on thoughts of wealth, prosperity, and success. You become financially secure when you develop the right mindset toward money, seeing it as one of God's innumerable blessings to humanity. Be deliberate about imagining yourself as a distribution center, that you have all kinds of riches and that you are bestowing these riches on others. As you do this, you are exposing yourself to more significant supplies. The key to financial security is to embrace serving others in a better way constantly. Ignorance makes people exaggerate their circumstances and fail to realize the tremendous powers within them. On a trip to Athens, Joseph Murphy conversed with a writer from Johannesburg, South Africa. The writer told Murphy that people often rejected the majority of his articles. His first book joined the return pile and on it was written "not read" and "not interested." These rejections seriously impacted the writer until he picked a book on mental laws, which transformed his thinking processes. He decided to be more constructive with his imagination by thinking about the characters in his novel, the plot, and the truths he wished to expound. The writer began to boldly state morning and night that God was writing through him. He told Joseph Murphy that frequently he would wake up in the morning and find the novel writing itself through him, his conscious mind carrying out the commands from within. After the writer went through all these steps, his works began to gain recognition. The writer discovered the rich storehouse within him and used it to lift and dignify the soul of man through his pen. He found that he could align with the mind of God, and when he positively used his mind, there would be a more resounding response mentally. This writer attributed most of his financial success to the scripture that says, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." James 1 verse 5. The best thing you can ever do is to be conscious of the infinite power that resides in you. This power enables you to prevail over all problems and hurdles and to handle life's tasks. At birth, you were equipped with all the features, qualities, and potentials needed to make you master your destiny and be a captain of your soul. However, if you are not aware of your abilities, you will be governed and controlled by situations around you and end up belittling yourself. The genuine riches of life lie within you, and one of the ways to bring them out is through tithing. The most precious treasures in all the world reside in you. For instance, in you lies immense wisdom, boundless intelligence, and limitless power. Wealth and poverty stem from the mind. You must come to a point where you decide to be wealthy because wealth is not a matter of luck or chance. The only possibility you have is the chance you make for yourself. Your thoughts, imaginations, beliefs, attitudes, and feelings are investments you deposit in your subconscious mind because they can magnify whatever you sow. Invest love, faith, guidance, abundance, security, and good humor in your subconscious mind. Whenever you need them, your subconscious will supply you. This investment is how to dig treasures out of the gold mine within you. Your tithe refers to the amount of your income you dedicate for sacred purposes. Tithes also refer to your convictions, beliefs, estimates, and blueprints that you accept in your mind as accurate about yourself, others, and the world. The perfect way to tithe your wealth is to give a certain percentage of your income, land, bonds, stocks, or any other type of material wealth to disseminate the truth. You can use them to support those churches or activities engaged in the propagation of the eternal verities of God. The law of tithing states that whatever you give out will come back to you, often multiplied many times. The more love and benevolence you give to others, the more you will get back, multiplied and magnified in innumerable ways. Learn to give joyously, lovingly, and freely, without expecting anything in return, and as you do, tremendous wealth will be yours. Always give the amount your heart tells you to give, and you will discover that your income increases by leaps and bounds. Avoid mental reservations or a sense of lack when you give, rather, give with joy and rich blessings to all. To produce tangible riches, you have to change your thought pattern. A rich person is aware of the creative power of thought. They continue to think about abundance and prosperity in their subconscious mind, which causes the things they think about to become their reality. People get rich by thinking in a certain way because they know that what they see manifesting around them is a product of creative thoughts. To think of riches in a state of poverty or lack requires sustained and concentrated contemplation. People who think like this will inevitably become rich, and they can have whatever they want. Anyone who pays attention to the boundless riches of the mind will have more of the world's goods. A seed in the ground produces hundreds more. Likewise, planting the seed of God's riches for you through your thoughts will magnify and multiply in your experience. Feel free to imagine the impossible. This exercise is a practical way to produce tangible results from thinking in a particular way. For example, suppose you need a piano to practice on and lack sufficient cash to buy it. Imagine there is a lovely piano in your room. See yourself playing the keys, and feel the naturalness, solidity, and tangibility of it all. Move your hands over the piano's top, and think with certainty that it is right there in front of you. After picturing the piano in your mind, believe it's yours, and know that your subconscious mind will see to it that you get it in divine order. All the machines and instruments we see today were created by thoughts. Also, through thoughts, men are still creating additional millions of improved cars, computers, musical instruments, and different kinds of numerous household appliances. All these innovations, discoveries, and improvements in our machine and space age result from men thinking in a specific and purposeful way. Did you know? According to data analyst Katarina Buchholz, as of 2019, 10% of the wealthiest people in America own almost 70% of the country's total wealth. Do business differently by creating a mental picture of what you want to see in your mind. Joseph Murphy went to lecture in Phoenix, Arizona. He met a man who had been a carpenter doing odd jobs for about 20 years and lived in an old, tumble-down cabin on the nearby mountain. However, he was passionate about building skyscrapers similar to those in big cities. He continuously told himself this: "I'm getting rich, I'm making others very rich, and I'm conferring blessings on all." After a while, this carpenter started attracting people who wanted his services. His carpentry business rapidly increased, so he had to hire additional men to help him. Finally, he built a house for a wealthy man who came from the east. As a result of his outstanding work, the affluent man set the carpenter up in business as a contractor, retaining a slight interest in the industry. When the rich man died, he left sole ownership to the carpenter. This former carpenter is currently worth millions of dollars and has already built several skyscrapers. Start to feel rich like this carpenter, and you will be surprised at the enormous blessings coming to you from all angles. Every activity in this world is spiritual, especially when you are passionate about what you are doing with the sole aim of doing it for the glory of God. A carpenter who constructs a house based on universal principles, who loves his work and gives good service, is doing spiritual work similar to a minister expounding the scriptures. If you do business with the desire to serve others and to contribute to humanity positively alongside obeying God's instructions, you are about God's business. If you live this way, you will experience prosperity in all you do. When you see God as your partner in all your business transactions and believe He resides in all your customers and clients, your approach to business will become positive. You will be directed and guided in all your business dealings. See God as your only employer, because in doing this, you will always be gainfully employed and have a profound sense of security. Make it a habit to be grateful for all the good you receive. Gratitude summarizes the whole process of mental, spiritual, and material riches. A grateful thought for everything you have is a prayer from the heart and blesses you. Therefore, a man with a grateful heart is a wealthy man. The law of gratitude states that you acknowledge completely and wholeheartedly that there is an infinite intelligence from which all things proceed. You believe that this source responds to your thoughts, and you relate with this infinite intelligence with a grateful heart. Gratitude does not move God, but it brings about a transformation in your mind and heart and becomes a magnet attracting all kinds of good to you from numerous sources. The creative law of your subconscious mind transforms you into the image of your meditations. You become what you meditate on. A grateful person always expects the good things in life, and this expectation unavoidably takes material form. Meditating on lack or misery gives room for bad things to surround you. Fix your gaze on the highest and the best in life, and you will experience and surround yourself with the highest and best of everything. Every person contributes to your well-being, hence, include everyone in your prayer of thanksgiving. This practice will allow you to communicate with the good in everyone and everything consciously, and the riches and people will automatically gravitate toward you. Conclusion. You were created with all the powers and qualities of God and the ability to think as an individual. You think, therefore, you can create and project your mental acceptances and beliefs into the world around you. Awareness of your creative force is what defines your riches. Your riches lie in your power to create. You reside in your mind, and it is there that you become rich or poor. You possess the greatest gift on earth when you know the power of your thoughts to create what you want in life. No one can deplete the riches and the powers that lie within you. The prosperity of your mind knows no bounds but that which you impose upon yourself. To go where your vision is, hold a mental picture of what you want to achieve and be emotional about it, and it will come to reality. The rich get richer and attract more wealth because they carry the mindset of riches that comes from God. When you gladly expect riches, it will draw money from all angles to you. If you dwell on thoughts of hate, spite, and vengeance, you'll obstruct your prayers and cause wealth to flow from you instead of to you. The key to your abundance is to wish for everyone what you want for yourself. If you notice that your business is slow, say this prayer: Infinite intelligence reveals to me better ways in which I can serve. Your business will prosper rapidly as you routinely do so. Try this. Your subconscious mind is a bank, and, even if you can't afford what you need, make a mental image of that thing you want and feel its reality. In unimaginable ways, it will become a reality.